Right now, we're up here, and we want to get down here. So we're gonna take the stairs. This is so repetitive. We made it. We're down here. Thank you to the technology of stairs. And garbage, gone. So I made soup today, and now I'm going to get some bread for the soup. And I'm going to try and find a lemon tree as well, because we don't have any lemons and no shops are open. First I need money. I just withdrew 200 Turkish lira, which is about 28 euros. And if I was in Ireland or most other European countries, that would last me maybe like 2 days tops. And here it lasts me for 2 weeks. There is currently a lockdown on here, but for whatever reason in Turkey, even if there's a lockdown, the doner places are still open and the bread shop is still open. Okay, so now we're on the hunt for the lemon tree. I've been told there's a good spot not too far from here. So let's go, we're headed. To the untrained eye, this looks like an orange. But it's not an orange. It's an imposter orange. And it tastes super bitter, like a lemon, but it's not quite a lemon. And they're everywhere. And you pick one and you're like, ooh, cool, orange. But it's not an orange. Still no sign of the lemon tree. It's very hot. You would think that these are lemons because they're yellow, but I think they're just unripened versions of the imposter oranges. Because this one kind of looks a bit orange. So we still don't have any luck. Okay, so we got a lemon in our sights, but it's kind of far away, so I'm gonna have to try tug at it. I got the lemons. So that's mission number 1 of 2 accomplished. We have lemons. Now we need bread. So I've been here for about 3 months in Turkey, and they don't actually speak any English in the part of the country that I'm in. So you might be wondering, how's my Turkish coming along? Well, here's your answer. 3 tane ekmek bu.
Bir de 3 tane.
Evet.
Başka bir şey?
Yok.
Bunu vereyim.
Teşekkür ederim.
Evet.
There's your answer. It's not great. I can order bread and I can say hello and thank you and be polite. So, what more do you need? What more do you need?
I was thinking about that. Thank you.
So this is the soup in motion. We're blending. There we go. So what do you do when you don't have any ideas, and most of what you do in your waking life is create things, be it music or writing or videos or photography? And when most of your existence is based around creating stuff, when you don't have anything to create, when you don't have an idea to get you going, then it's difficult to do anything, and then you find yourself doing what we call nothing, and you start to feel really bad about doing nothing because you're not doing anything and you're being unproductive, and you start to feel like, well, I'm not doing the thing that I think I'm supposed to do, and now my life has no purpose, and what use am I if I'm not contributing to society or to my family or to whatever it is you think you're contributing to. In my experience, I feel really awful when I don't have ideas, when I'm not doing something. I have this sort of vision of myself as being this person that has ideas and then executes them and creates something that people enjoy. And when I don't have anything in mind to create and to show to people, then I start to get real concerned, because the belief that I have is that if I don't create things and if I don't entertain people, and impress people that I'm not going to be good enough, and thus my existence is pointless because I haven't done what I think it is that I'm supposed to do. When you get to the point where you realize that you have this inability to be kind to yourself unless you're creating things and unless you're impressing people, and it's not really fair to you. It's not really fair for me to be unkind to myself unless I'm doing something that I consider good or valuable or whatever, because that's conditional love and that's bullshit. We can bring that into all aspects of our lives, really. Like, we'll only like the weather if it's the weather that we want it to be. But I mean, there's no harm in liking the weather, whatever the weather is, even if it's not what you want it to be. Because the reason you want it to be a certain way is because you're trying to arrange your life in a certain way that you think is going to serve you, but really, we're not all that smart as we think we are. We have this idea that we know exactly what we need to do in order to be happy, and we know exactly how our lives need to look. And then we go and we start like trying to arrange all the puzzle pieces, and then the universe and the flow of everything's just like, what are you doing? You're getting in the way of all of my moves, and these moves are going to be really great for you, and you're really going to enjoy them if you would just let them happen. But since you got so in your head and decided to go and do your own thing, you've kind of missed out on that opportunity we had lined up for you. And like, yeah, maybe you'll get it again in a few days or something, but if you keep on getting in your own way, then you're going to keep on pushing those opportunities back and back and back and back, and it just makes life a hell of a lot more difficult than it needs to be, because it really doesn't need to be all that hard. I tend to try and find ideas or try to come up with ideas. I feel if you need to pick your brain so much for something that maybe it's just not for you right now. I'm sure a lot of other people can relate to it as well. Like writer's block or any equivalent. It can make you feel really hopeless in your existence as a creative person. My God, this sun is bright and it's hot. And I'm finding that the most important thing for me is to do my best to enjoy the process as it's happening, as it's unfolding. The same goes for the idea creation. If the ideas aren't happening, then I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm trying to force an idea. So I just surrender to that not having idea. Like, it's okay, I don't have an idea. It's fine. Maybe I'll never have another idea and I'll still be okay. Maybe I'll have 10 ideas by the end of the day, and that's fine too. Then when I do have an idea and I, go do my best to execute that idea, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's still okay. And when I am in the middle of the execution of the idea, the creative process, like taking the camera out or taking the guitar out or, taking the pen and paper, and I start getting into the work, and I kind of get in the flow, they say. And that's really enjoyable. So like, while I'm doing that work, like, I'm truly present for the most part in that work, and it's awesome. And then, I take it and I offload all of the footage, or I, practice the song or whatever, and then I do the editing or whatever else. And all of that's like a really enjoyable process, like looking at all the cool colors that I can put onto the footage and stuff like that. All of that is like really fulfilling for me, and then it goes out into the world, and maybe some people watch it or listen to it or whatever, and that's great. And then it's easy to get caught up in the numbers too. And I think if you're doing it for the numbers, then ultimately you're not going to be satisfied at the end, because you're not enjoying the process leading to it. And that is a huge ongoing struggle that I navigate, is doing things because I want to do them the way that I want to do them, versus doing things in order to get like a certain view count or a certain amount of likes or whatever. I'm sure that's something that I'm going to be probably juggling and struggling and being with for a long time to come. I'm prepared to deal with myself as it is, because I am here and I'm always going to be here as long as I am here. And it's getting to become friendly with yourself is like one of the most important things that we can do. So keep doing what you do and be kind to yourself. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. So see you.